Have you ever wondered what it takes to transition into project management and land a job? Well, in this video, we're talking about 5 things that will help you transition from your current role to that in project management. And hopefully you can see how many of these things that you can apply to yourself so you can land a project manager job this year. If we haven't met, hi, my name's Alvin, and it's so nice to meet you. Over the past few years, I've documented my journey with over 100 videos showing how I transitioned from engineer to engineering project manager and became CAPM, PMP, Scrum Master, and Agile certified. And on this channel, I'm here to help you start and grow your career in project management so you can earn the income that you deserve. These 5 things that I'm sharing with you are independent of each other, but the more that you lean into each one, the more that you're stacking the odds in your favor and the more likely that you'll succeed. As we dive in, join me in the comment section below. What's the biggest struggle that you're experiencing with landing your next job in project management? I'm here to serve you, so if there's anything you think that I'm missing, let me know about it in the comment section below. Okay, so one of the very first things that I recommend to anyone who's making a career switch into project management is to perform a career audit. To do this audit, ask yourself these 3 questions. First, in the past 10 years, what were your previous job titles? Second, in each job title, what skills did you perform that are related to project management? And third, for each role, what projects did you lead in some capacity? To make things more relatable, let me share with you an example from my career. You see, I was working as a senior engineer when I decided that I wanted to transition into a career of project management. Pretty bold move, right? At the time, I felt like Matthew McConaughey, who switched from being a lead actor in rom-com movies like Failure to Launch and How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days to more serious roles in drama-based movies, which he eventually did with The Lincoln Lawyer, Dallas Buyers Club, and eventually landing Christopher Nolan's Interstellar. For me, I was making an intentional leap. I wanted to do whatever it took to pivot out of engineering and land a job in project management. My official job title at the time was senior engineer, not a project manager. So a lot of my work was focused on executing the tasks in projects. However, there was a small, tiny portion of work that I did where I owned a project from start to finish, where I was considered as the engineering lead. Some could be considered as a sub-project of a much larger initiative, while others were considered as actual projects. I want you to identify those projects that you physically led from start to finish, which resulted in the creation of a deliverable. That deliverable could be a new product, a document, a service, or a physical, tangible result that helped your company grow financially. I'll give you a few examples here. Perhaps you were in charge of updating documents that ensured compliance to governmental regulations over the course of a year. Maybe you led the adoption, the transfer, and installation of equipment into your manufacturing facility. That way, your company could continue manufacturing their top-selling product line. Or perhaps you managed the programming of a software app that's tied to your upcoming product launch by the end of the year. When you do your career audit, you'll find that you probably did at least 1 or 2 projects where you led them in each of your past roles. If you're having trouble identifying your projects, please keep this one thing in mind. A project is a temporary endeavor with a planned start and a planned finish date, which results in the creation of a product, a service, or a result. As long as it meets this definition, then you've led a project, which is exactly what recruiters and hiring managers want to see on your resume. Before I share the next advice to transition into project management, do me a favor and please smash that like button if you're getting value out of this video. The next thing I recommend is updating your resume so it's project management focused. Let me repeat that one more time. Make your resume project management focused. Not focused on typical duties and day-to-day responsibilities that you did as an individual contributor, but focused on project management work that you led and managed. This is a huge mindset shift that you need to make when you're revamping your resume. I only recommend doing this after you've done your career audit. Unfortunately, many of us, including myself, have made the mistake of only slightly tweaking a few words on the activities and the day-to-day responsibilities that you did for each of your past roles. And then you immediately start applying to new jobs. But guess what? Spoiler alert. This is a strategy that does not work. If you're trying to pivot into a new career, like project management, you cannot rely on the same old resume that landed you the previous job opportunities. It must change and it must be different. As Oprah Winfrey once said, we can't become what we need to be by remaining what we are. I remember living in my 500 square foot apartment, coming home from my day job as an engineer and sitting in front of my laptop at 7 p.m. at night. I just ate dinner, and I would spend the next hour submitting my resume to more than 5 companies for job postings as an entry-level project manager. I crossed my fingers, just hoping and praying that my tweaked resume would be good enough. Listen, don't make the same mistake that I did. Just because you tweaked a few words here and there and all over the resume is not good enough to catch the attention of the recruiter. Your resume is the most important vehicle to get the recruiter and the hiring manager to call you and set up that first interview with you. So do not take this lightly. And if you're multitasking, come back to me right now because you need to listen to this. I made the mistake of applying to dozens of companies without specifying how I led projects in the past and how I drove physical, tangible results, like increasing revenue or improving operational efficiencies. To make sure that you land your first interview, I've made a free cheat sheet that will help you out. To avoid the biggest 5 fatal resume mistakes that you should avoid before you apply to a project manager job, download my free cheat sheet at alvinthepm.com/fatal5. And you'll avoid these fatal mistakes so you can write your resume the right way and get noticed by the recruiter and the hiring manager. To transition into a project management career, you need to build your knowledge in project management. Seems self-explanatory, right? But let me explain. How can you convince the hiring manager that you're the best candidate for a project manager job if you can't speak project management lingo? In today's market, it is competitive out there. For every job posting, you're probably competing against 100 or even more other applicants. For me, as a senior engineer at the time, I knew that I had to build up my technical knowledge in managing projects. The very first thing I did was I allocated a budget from my engineering salary to invest into books and courses. Every investment that you make into yourself will reap thousands of dollars back into your future self. That ROI will double and even triple in the years to come. I knew how important it was that I could speak the language during my interview. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to position myself as the best candidate for the entry-level project manager job that I wanted. If they asked me about how I analyzed a project schedule, reviewed the critical path, or mitigated risks, it was easy for me to come up with real-world examples on past projects and speak project management lingo all at the same time. So here's my recommendation to you. If you're a complete beginner in project management and you want to transition into this career, then I recommend getting a copy of this book, Project Management for the Unofficial Project Manager. It's the exact book that I read when I still worked as an engineer. It clarified many foundational concepts that every project manager should know, like risk management, schedule dependencies, and even creating a scope statement. It's short and sweet, and I personally use the communication plan that's on page 122 to create my own communication plan when I was managing one of my very first engineering projects. So I highly recommend this quick and short and easy book if you're just getting started in project management. To supplement this reading, the best course out there right now that teaches you the fundamentals is Coursera's Google Project Management Certificate program. It covers everything that you need to know for managing projects using both agile and predictive approaches. I've personally taken it and I highly recommend it to anyone starting out in project management. So I encourage you to sign up using my link because you will learn a lot about the basics of how to manage a project. It's going to set you up for success when you go in for your interviews. The next thing to do once you decided that you want to transition into a project management role is to put out your interest into the universe. Use my trifecta approach to get the wheels on your career switch moving. Depending on how your company is structured and how well your performance reviews are with your manager, I encourage you to inform him or her that you want to lead high impact and high priority projects. You want to be the project lead. Why, you might ask? Because it shows initiative. It shows that you have drive, and it will build your experience with leading projects in your current role. If your company does performance development plans, I recommend letting your manager know that you want to be considered for positions in project management in the future. And that's where you want your career to be headed. Just plant the seed for now, because when the time is right and there is an opening this year or in a few months or even next year, you're going to be best positioned to apply internally for that role, and it's going to increase the odds that you'll land that project manager job. The second part of my trifecta approach is to inform your professional contacts that you are considering roles in project management. Put the feelers out there and let people in your network know. Tell them, hey, so I've recently taken a certificate program in project management, and if you see any opportunities as a project manager in your company, would you please kindly refer them to me? Because when you put out your interest to your network, you never know who could refer you to the company of your dreams on the role that you've been secretly eyeing for the past year. So get to it. And the third part of my trifecta approach is be proactive and search for companies online. See what project management opportunities are available on their job boards. If you haven't done so already, make a list of the top 10 companies that you want to work for. Go to their website and see what openings are available. When you use this trifecta approach, you're putting the odds in your favor that you'll find a job that matches with your experience, your skill set, and your desire to transition into a project management career. Now, let's not forget the most important thing you must do. Have discipline and stay positive on this journey. Imagine yourself sitting at your desk when suddenly you receive a phone call from HR telling you that their company would like to offer you the final position as a project manager with a starting salary that is $15,000 higher than your current role. How would you feel knowing that you increased your salary by more than $15,000 a year? Just let that flood of emotions rush in and really feel it. Lean into it. Now, to stay on this journey, you must have a disciplined mindset to never give up. If a company doesn't call you back, then it's okay. There are plenty of opportunities out there. Let's say that you made it to the interviews, but you don't get invited for the second round of interviews. Don't give up. Let me repeat that one more time. Don't give up. Use this to keep improving your skills and to know that you're going on the right track. You can do this. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. This is your life we're talking about and your career, and you can do whatever you set your mind to. So please don't be discouraged at the first sign of obstacles that you encounter. Recently, I've been reading a book called The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. In the introduction, he says this really good quote: when you have a goal, obstacles are actually teaching you how to get where you want to go, carving you a path. And he continues this on page 10 when he says this: obstacles are not only to be expected, but embraced. Embraced? Yes, because those obstacles are actually opportunities to test ourselves, to try new things, and ultimately to triumph. The obstacle is the way. Know that when you're inching slowly towards discomfort, it means that you're going in the right direction. So embrace it. There are opportunities that are sprouting from those tiny little seeds of discomfort. Listen, my friend, project management can be a tricky career path to break into. But if you follow my advice, a new window of opportunities will open in front of you. It's not a matter of if it will happen, it's a matter of when it's going to happen. And when it does, you've already prepared for this exact moment, and all you have to do is to take that leap. Now, if you want to learn the roadmap to getting a project manager's job, please watch this video next, and I'll see you in the next video.